Chelsea in second and Manchester United in fourth, so every point is crucial. And a bit of a sense of revenge too today for Chelsea, as Cuthbert immediately wins it back. Nuskin out to Lauren James, who we highlighted in pre-match.
Yeah, it's interesting to see actually Lauren James just starting out on this left-hand side. We know she will drift infield. We often see her starting on the right as well. But Alyssa Thompson starts out there.
Another player for Chelsea, Alyssa Thompson, who has had a fantastic season with the Blues. Everton on the attack again early, though. Here's Gargo.
Good forward play, and applauding the crowd as well, applauding the fan base here at Goodison Park. They're delighted to get to play at this historic stadium, aren't they? But that's exactly a little flash of what she could do, Kelly Gargo. Happy to run in behind, like all strikers do, but also happy to come short, bring others into play. Good little layoff out wide. Tomás Pacheco will push forward all day as well.
And an early set piece for Everton. It's played short and immediately deflected back over for another. Mamiki again plays it short, delivered into the box. A dangerous looking ball, and Hannah Hampton has to palm it away.
Yeah, it was a really teasing delivery, wasn't it? Credit to Everton for still having the courage to go short, because Chelsea had read it and they had plenty of players out there to defend it, but just the change of the angle, and it is drifting back in there towards Fernandez, I think it is, who has got 2 goals already, the centre-back this season, and both were headers as well.
Immediate impact from Everton. Berman. Hampton. It is worth a note as well that while Everton play at Goodison Park, Chelsea have announced that next season they will play all their home games at Stamford Bridge, which is a big move in the women's game.
Yeah, it really is, and Montpastor was asked about it in the week, and she just said we are an ambitious club, and their trophy cabinet definitely backs that up. So I think it's a really positive move for them as a football club. We've seen Everton women do it here at Goodison. We've seen Arsenal do it at the Emirates as well. And I think Chelsea Football Club at the minute will be delighted to have maybe some goals scored at their ground for once this season. Their men's team are in a bit of a rough patch at the minute.
Carpenter. Berman. One of the changes from Montpastor this afternoon. Nuskin.
Well, in a season that might be overlooked if you're a Chelsea fan as one of your favourites, Berman certainly has been a shining light. Just 19 years of age, the Dutch centre-back, but if anybody watched their quarter-final in the FA Cup against Tottenham Hotspur as well, she scored an absolute screamer to win it for them on that day, so I'm sure we'll see her at the back of this Chelsea back line for a fair few years to come.
Thompson into Kerr. Cuthbert delivers it in. Finds a blue shirt instead, and Payne clears up.
Yeah, they'll have to do plenty of this, Everton. Chelsea are the top team in the division for delivering crosses from open play, so they'll have to be on it, checking their shoulders and getting good defensive headers out of dangerous areas, Everton.
James. Finds Carpenter in some space out on that far side. Wiggles her way through. Thompson. And Mamiki.
It's good pressing, actually, from Pacheco. I thought it was a bit of a force ball forward from Vignola, but didn't give up on it, the full-back, and they wrestle it back too.
There's Mamiki being swarmed by cream shirts. There's Thompson. Walsh. James. Wiggling her way round. From Wheeler. Nice ball forward to Cuthbert, and here is Kerr! An early goal for Chelsea, and of course it's Sam Kerr, their leading scorer this season. Fantastically worked, and Chelsea lead 5 minutes in.
Well, do you know what? Sam Kerr will get the plaudits, and deservedly so, because it's a tidy finish. There are few better in the division, few better in world football than Sam Kerr in that penalty area, but it's the work of Lauren James. She picked it up in her own half, and you said the word wiggled through. They've got to bring her down, Everton. You can't let her waltz through the centre of the pitch here at Goodison Park and find that little ball into Cuthbert, captain on the day. In the absence of Millie Bright, she's not going to miss from there. Tucks it away really nicely, Sam Kerr, and I think that takes her to just 1 goal away from being the highest WSL scorer for Chelsea, behind a certain Frank Kirby.
Yep, Sam Kerr now on 62 goals. Frank Kirby is on 63. And that would be some history for Sam Kerr, who is out of contract at the end of the year too.
I'll be very surprised if there are no job offers in her agent's inbox, whether that's from Chelsea or other clubs across Europe or across the pond as well.
A Chelsea legend, Sam Kerr, gets better and better. And you just know when she's in that pocket of space, she's going to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and there's been a bit of criticism of Chelsea and their lineup so far this season. They have got the most different amount of scorers than any other team in the league. She has had plenty of talent to pick from, and I don't envy her having to balance the expectations and minutes of that squad, but they're certainly a much, much better team where they have a recognised number 9 in there.
So another opportunity for Chelsea with a set piece. James delivers it in. Hit it up further, and Kerr delivered back in. Bronze can't get her feet right. And Everton looking to counter. It's plucked out early though. And James back to Charles. Walsh. Cuthbert spots the run of Carpenter, delivers it in nicely, and Nuskin can't quite find the target, but a difficult finish there.
Yeah, they're playing some good stuff, Chelsea, but it's actually the work rate that they're putting in to win the ball back. We saw Mamiki wriggle free, and then she's just smothered by players in Chelsea cream, as you said, and Ellie Carpenter can afford to be really, really advanced, even in these early stages. Nuskin will always try and get in there. He's played often as like a false 9 so often this season.
It is worth noting that Everton have quite a few players out injured today. Kitagawa picking up an injury with Japan, Gabaro out with an ACL, and Van Hool as well. So there's a fair few starters for Everton that have come back from international duty that are not playing today.
Yeah, particularly Kitagawa and Ruby Mace, who are absolutely rock solid for them usually at the back. Huge miss, especially when you know you're going to spend a lot of your time without the ball, and you need those leaders, you need those people who are going to put their bodies on the line and talk to those in front of them as well.
Nice play though here from Everton. Mamiki goes from range. Mamiki! Whoa, what a goal! What an equaliser for Everton! Yuka Mamiki, take a bow!
Well, it was a Japanese teammate that broke Chelsea hearts back in December. And the magic of Mamiki. I cannot wait to see the replay of this one, because it's a 2v2. It's risky stuff from Chelsea. And it's something we've seen from all of the top 3 or 4 teams in this division. They spend so long with the ball, they get excited to advance up the pitch. And if teams can win it back and show a little bit of quality on it. She just pulls off here, and Lucy Bronze chooses to drop off. It's the movement of Gargo that draws Berman away, and look at this for a finish on the left foot. There's a little bit of chip behind it as well to just lob the FIFA best goalkeeper, Hannah Hampton.
That is an unbelievable goal. Her 5th goal of the season. In her first season for Everton, signing from Leicester in the summer. And it is all level again. What a big 10 minutes we've had.
Well, it's just sprung into life, hasn't it? But as you said, she has been a terrific signing, Mamiki. And her and Ruby Mace came across from Leicester City. They've really added something to this Everton team, and credit to Scott Phelan. Since he's come in, played 5 games, won 3, lost 2, but they have scored in each of them as well. So no matter who you're up against, when you're doing your analysis and your prep before matches, even if you see you've got Chelsea at home, that sort of stat will give you confidence that you can do some damage if given the opportunity, and boy did she, Mamiki.
Thompson. Bronze. Need a response here, Chelsea. Berman out to Charles. They're fighting for Champions League qualification. It's really tight. 2 points separate second from 4th. And only the top 3 will qualify. Charles. James. Walsh. That's off play to Niamh Charles at the far post, over the heads of everyone, looking for Thompson. Carpenter recycles and Cuthbert back in.
Again, it's the work of Lauren James. You can see the just inverted position she's picking up, almost as a centre midfielder in these early stages, and she's not afraid to take a player on. And for a team like Everton, who pride themselves on organisation and structure, if she beats one player, then it causes havoc because somebody else has to leave who they were marking to go and close her down. So that ability to take on a player and dribble up the pitch is going to be imperative for Chelsea.
A goal and an assist in her last WSL game too. She's on fine form, struggled a little bit with injury, hasn't played too many games, but she is one that is very important to this Chelsea side. Berman. Lovely delivered in by Kerr, leaves it for Nuskin, who spots that Brosnan is off her line, but it's not on target.
She needed to channel a little bit of a Yuki Mamiki there, didn't she? It's a let-off for Brosnan, who has a wry smile on her face, but it was a really, really good pass from Berman. Straight through into Sam Kerr, little layoff, and absolutely right to take the shot on, but didn't execute it properly at all, Nuskin.
Berman. Hampton. I did wonder when Pastor signed Ellie Carpenter how Carpenter and Bronze were going to fit both into the squad at the same time, but Pastor has made that happen. They're playing on the same sides. Carpenter slightly further up today, but it is working generally.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's down to the versatility of Lucy Bronze, if I'm honest. We've seen her moved across into the right side of a back 3 at times when Bonpastor has gone for that type of setup, but equally she's proven she can more than ably play as a centre-back in a 2 as well. You do miss the offensive side of a game. We saw her shine in that fashion against Spain, didn't we, in the international break, where she picked up player of the match as well. But, I mean, sport for choice, Bonpastor having both her and Carpenter in the team.
A lot of quality to pick from. A big headache comes short as James barges her way onto that ball. It's deflected up and over, which Payne will have to smother and clear out for a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, good awareness from Tony Payne, not just to get back and do her defensive duties, but to recognise that it was deflected off her own teammate and she didn't want to concede a corner.
Berman. Nuskin. Forward to Charles. Charles again. Locked out for now. Payne. Wheeler. James. Charles. She's playing a very deep role today, Lauren James.
Yeah, I think she's been given a free role, if I'm honest, because Everton are playing a rather traditional 4-4-2. It means that when she does skip inside, it's really overloading Garley and Wheeler, who already have enough to worry about with Nuskin, Cuthbert and Walsh as well. So she's just being given the licence to just cause havoc in there, because then who steps out? And if they step out with Lauren James, then what type of gap does that leave for one of her other talented teammates?
And you can see with the Chelsea quality shining through, they've had the most of the possession, most of the control, but it is level. A wonder goal from Yuka Mimiki, levelling things up a few moments ago. And it's going to be those moments of quality that Everton really have to take control of today. James. Bronze in the mix of it, surrounded by blue shirts. James picks it out again. And a good interception by Wheeler.
Yeah, it's difficult for them to get out, isn't it, Everton? They've got so many bodies back, all bodies back now. I can see Tony Payne making her way, that when they do win it, they don't have much of an outlet. Only Kelly Gargo up there.
Berman. Miscommunication, Berman able to find the ball, but slightly injured herself in the process. Thompson switching sides now. Here's Nuskin and Walsh. Charles forward for Kira Walsh at the byline. Lovely dig ball in. Charles here across the face of goal. Cuthbert. But it's not going to count.
Oh, it's a shame for Chelsea, and it's a shame if you're a fan of possession football, because this is a really, really well-worked move from Chelsea. And it's Kira Walsh, probably the least likely of the midfielders to make that type of advance run in behind, but the footwork at the end of it and the little ball around the corner.
So another sign Everton have to be aware of. Hampton, and Chelsea can play out from the back again. Bronze. Berman spots the run of Cuthbert, who put the ball in the back of the net a few moments ago, but it's just overshot.
Yeah, and I think the spare player at the minute for Chelsea is Vela Berman at the back, which she's got one of the highest passing accuracies of any Chelsea player so far this season in the BWSL, but Kelly Gargo often is staying on bronze, shutting off that pass, and then Mamiki is actually dropping onto Kira Walsh, who you can't blame her. She is often the one to get things moving for Chelsea and keep them ticking over it, but it does mean Burler has heaps of space and time to pick out a pass to one of her forwards.
A deadline day signing back in the summer. Scored her first goal for the club last time out too, against Tottenham. But very useful at the back. And again, Everton come forwards. But Berman can shield all the way to Hampton.
Yeah, not for the first time. Onyela Vignola, you know how explosive she is when she's going forward with the ball, but just forced a couple of passes to her teammates. I think she can secure possession a bit. I think Tony Payne's just having a little word.
Chelsea trying to close the gap at the top of the table to 6 points this afternoon, after Manchester City slipped up at Brighton yesterday. An end-to-end game. Arsenal just below them though, but with 2 games in hand. And it is also worth a note that the WSL Football launched their brand new app, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat. And you can download the app for free. Fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store to keep up to date. James, it's delivered short into Cuthbert. James again at the far post. Too far for Kurt.
Yeah, they got away with one a little bit, I think, Everton. I don't think they prepared for the short corner. There was a late runner out, trying to stop the delivery. Didn't quite get the execution probably she wanted, Lauren James.
Well, this is how the top of the table looks at the minute. It's now an 8-point gap for Manchester City. It could be a 6 if Chelsea are able to win today. But really, the more realistic aim probably is Champions League qualification.
Yeah, I think the real people who would have been watching that resulting game yesterday and licking their lips would have been Arsenal. They're the ones that have got the games in hand, and they're the ones that can really overtake from a points perspective if Manchester City drop more points and if they win all of theirs.
They do have a busy fixture schedule though, Arsenal, coming up. 7 games in 21 days, I think, I want to say.
Get the ice bath ready.
As Chelsea come again, Thompson delivered in, and Brosnan, 2 gloves up, leaping the highest. And clears quickly, Blundell. Payne.
Yeah, there you can see the experience of Tony Payne. It's what she was asking of her teammates just prior when they won it back. And when it came to her, although she had bodies flooding forward, just opting to recycle, opting to keep it a bit, enjoy the ball, enjoy possession.
Wheeler having a difficult time down that far side with Lucy Bronze. Kurt. Fernandez hits the chest of Lauren James, and now she's going to smother and give away a foul.
Yeah, it was a good battle, actually, between the two of them, who share a little high five as well. A little bit unfortunate how it ricochets back up off James, but she does well to get her body in the way.
Stenovic. Bronze. Wheeler. Nicely worked through from Everton. Here's Ghali. Walsh. James spots the run of Kerr, breaking the line. Sam Kerr tries the shot. Blocked by Fernandez.
Yeah, it was a great block, wasn't it? I think the opportunity to lob Brosnan was actually on half a second earlier. Saw her just have a quick check, but by that time Brosnan had scurried back in between her goalposts.
Nuskin picks that out that Lauren James can control so effortlessly. Berman. Cuthbert.
Well, there's appeals for a back pass, but it's only Sam Kerr appealing, I think. I think it would have been a very brave decision for Pacheco to actually just lay that back off to Brosnan on purpose.
It's Blundell, Mamiki. And now here comes Thompson into the box. Thompson! Brilliant save by Brosnan. That so easily could have been two.
Yeah, outstanding, and she fired it in towards that near post where there isn't much room. So what you do there is you rely on power, and she drives in. They win it back really well in midfield. Chelsea takes it onto her favoured right foot, and she has to be equal to this, Brosnan. She's having a terrific season in goals for Everton, but at full stretch there.
And wins another corner for Chelsea in doing so. Cuthbert then, high, looped into the air. And Mamiki. And now Payne, and now it's a foot race. Tony Payne. Gago. And the offside flag goes up.
I'm annoyed for Kelly Gago, and I'm annoyed for Everton fans, because the pass from Payne is half a day too late. She said there's a foot race between Gago and Kira Walsh, and as fantastic of a footballer as Walsh is, speed is not one of her main assets. You'd favour Gago. Yeah, that pass could have come, I think, 10, 15 yards earlier.
Again, it's these moments, though, for Everton that they really have to capitalise on, because, well, Nia, you said it at the start, Chelsea are going to dominate possession, and they are. And here's Charles again, and Kerr, end-to-end. Nuskin. Charles. Walsh. James. What can she do? Scurries past Payne at the byline and wins a corner.
Again, I think Tony Payne is spending more time in her own box than she is the opposition's, which as a forward is not exactly what you set out to do at the start of a game, but doing really well in defensive duties. But how good is Lauren James? It's just ghosting past people. She doesn't even look like she's going at full speed.
And again, it's the same set piece they had a few moments ago. Lauren James, this time a low ball in. Kira Walsh is going to set up shots. And it's straight to Courtney Brosnan.
Well, they have got such good headers of the ball, Chelsea. You can forgive teams for dropping in really deep when it comes to set pieces like this, but Walsh has got 2 goals so far this season. Reaction of the fans behind the goal was great, and both of those goals that Walsh has got in the BWSL have come from that type of scenario where it spits back out to the edge of the box off a corner. She has a strike from distance.
Well, elsewhere, Leicester City are ahead against London City at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium. And Gago hurt herself in the process there, her right ankle.
Yeah, it's just in a little battle with Berman, I think. Berman clearly gets the ball. And maybe just as she's falling down, she feels something, but not often you see the referee stop it for an injury that's not a head or a face injury. I think she'll be okay. They haven't got a huge amount of options on the bench today, Everton. A little bit thin on the ground, a couple of academy players in there as well.
Yeah, they're struggling with injury. Everton after the international break, a handful of players picking up knocks.
I think what's good about this game for Phelan and his team is it's a bit of a free hit. If you're looking down the table, they probably feel like they're now out of sight, out of danger of the relegation zone. Great if Leicester manage to pick up a win today. That will apply a little bit more pressure to those above them, but they'll see this as then like a free hit. Of course, they want to finish as high up the table as they can. Helps retain players, helps attract players as well. Finished 8th last year. They want to match that or better it, but it's also a really good time to play one of the top teams when they're just back off international duty. It's been a long old break, and often teams like Chelsea, who've had, let's be honest, nearly all of their players away in different countries under different projects, they can take a while to find their rhythm again, so it's not a bad time to play them.
Well, it didn't last long. London City have equalised against bottom of the table Leicester City.
Well, I've heard the term commentators curse, but I've never seen it that obvious.
And so quick, maybe. Here is Charles at the byline, battling with Hannah Blundell, formerly of Chelsea, of course. Won a handful of trophies with them. James. Bronze. Thompson. Cuthbert. Wanting to find the right pass as James swings it in. And again, straight to the gloves of Courtney Brosnan. Now, she's slightly limp there, maybe picking up an injury. She looks okay.
She did well to draw a foul there, Vignola. I think she got a whack on her way down as well, but they've been doing some nice stuff, haven't they, out on that far touchline, Everton, but for me it's a little bit congested. It's very close to the sideline, and your touch and your control and the way to your pass has got to be absolutely perfect. Be really, really intricate, because if more of your players are over there and congested, then that works into Chelsea's hands as well. They can get more defenders out there. I just wonder if they can do a few of those little intricate combinations and then try and spread it out to this right-hand side to a Tony Payne or a Hannah Blundell.
Everton, of course, ended Chelsea's run of 11 consecutive losses against Chelsea with a 1-0 win at Kings Meadow earlier in the season. And if they were to win today, it would be the first time they'd complete a league double over them since 2013. And no team has done a league double over Chelsea since City in 2016 when they won the league. And the run that they've been on with Scott Phelan has improved since he's come in. Lost their last 2 games, but they did start with a new manager bounce.
Yeah, they did, and just the way that he sets his team up, I think under Brian Sorensen, they conceded 15 shots from direct errors they'd made themselves. Everton under Phelan only conceded the 1 shot. That's a good claim from Brosnan. She's been integral to that as well, missed some of the season. They really missed her. She's had a couple of huge performances for them that have really kept them the 3 points to the 1 point.
One back by Chelsea though, dangerously. Kerr squares to Sioke Nuskin, back to Kerr. And Fernandez has to get in the way to intercept it. James on the edge, here's Charles. And Payne puts her body on the line. Gives away a corner though.
Yeah, gets a big tap on the back from a centre-half. Fernandez does Tony Payne, and we've spoken about how good she's been defensively so far in this. She has to get her body in there. She simply has to. Niamh Charles back in the team after a period out herself, and she was about to pull the trigger, you'd think.
Again, playing it short. They're liking this routine. Chelsea, Walsh from range. And again, Brosnan in the way.
Yeah, they just can't deal with it, can they? Everton just sending the 1 out to that short corner, so they're already overloaded with the 2 that are out there. And then when it comes out to Walsh, it's who wants to leave their marker to come and close the shot down. Fortunately for Brosnan, it's straight at her again.
Kira Walsh, one of the players that played every minute in the national, or in the international break recently. Didn't get a rest. And now here is James. And we'll win the foul there. Easily done.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to dispossess her. Garley protesting her innocence, but I think in the first instance, there's no one anywhere near close enough to Lauren James when she picks up the ball. They're having a little laugh now, the 2 internationals, but she's just in absolute acres of space. There's so much grass around her when the ball gets to her feet. I would be putting somebody on her touch tight. As soon as the ball is on his way to Lauren James, can she feel a presence on her? Because once she builds up a bit of momentum and a bit of speed, and now this is a really dangerous area. I'd be very surprised if this is a cross, because I think she can shoot from here.
Yeah, we've seen her do this before from this type of range. James does go for the goal. It's slightly not as powerful maybe as she would have hoped.
Yeah, I think she was hoping to add a bit of deception to that. Her run-up kind of insinuated she might chip it in for her teammates, just tried to catch Brosnan off guard.
Payne, the offside flag stay down for now. Tony Payne leaves it for Pacheco. Payne again. Gargo. And smothered out by Chelsea. And now the run of Sam Kerr is red. And Everton can calm down slightly.
Yeah, and Chelsea taking no risks. They know how important points and a win here is today for their hopes of Champions League football. So just leaving Sam Kerr up there, they're getting everybody back when they can, and just suffocated Kelly Gargo.
2 games left in the BWSL for Chelsea after this. Leicester City and then Manchester United on the final day. They do have an FA Cup semi-final to play though against the league leaders Manchester City. So a busy few weeks. As Everton come away with it again. Here's Gargo.
Yeah, they do well to get themselves back up the pitch, having dispossessed Nuskin, but again, it's really tight to that left-hand touchline, right in front of both managers.
Wheeler. What will Bompastor be thinking, do you think, Nia?
Well, I'm always very impressed when I listen to her post-match, especially when she gets a phone out and shows us some of the controversial incidents that might have happened. But she's always very calm and composed in her press conferences. And, you know, let's not forget, she won the domestic treble in her first year here, and it's very difficult task to follow Emma Hayes, you know, one of the most successful managers ever, the most successful manager ever in the BWSL. So she had a big job on her hands, but they just haven't played quite as attractive a football or been quite as convincing as they have been in past seasons. They've won 6 of the last leagues, so this is a very different scenario for this group of players, but still got the League Cup under their belts already and could well lift the FA Cup as well.
Similarities, I think, to Liverpool's men with Arne Slot, obviously winning the Premier League in his first season, winning the BWSL and Sonia Bompastor's, and then now putting their spin on the team. It may not have slightly clicked as what they would have wanted to.
Yeah, and you can ride on the good work and the good culture and environment and confidence that the previous manager instilled, but then novelty wears off like it does with all managers.
And James, just wide, my word. That was close as she slipped there.
Yeah, you just can't take your eyes off it, can you? She's got a heap of options ahead of her, so this is what makes Chelsea so difficult to play against, is this level of unpredictability. She's shaping to feed in a pass for a teammate. Whiskers by the far post. I think as well, Chelsea, I know we use the word transition a lot, but they are. If you look at the ages of their players, there's a lot of young players in there. I know Bronze and Walsh are an exception to that, but Cuthbert still been at the club over 10 years, still only 27. So many of their exciting players. Thompson, 21, Berman, 19, James, just 24. So it's still a very exciting time to be a Chelsea fan.
Got a couple of players out of contract, as I mentioned, Kerr as well, Hampton, one of them, at the end of the season. As it swung into Kerr, left for Lauren James. James, it's deflected by Fernandez, and Payne can squeeze her way out, just Blundell.
Almost a carbon, sorry Emily, almost a carbon copy type of shot, wasn't it? Trying to get plenty of power behind it.
Vignola.
I think since the opening few minutes, they've not really found the feet of Kelly Garger very often. They're trying to set her on her way down a channel. I actually think they just need to play into her feet. She can hold off Lucy Bronze and wait for support.
Wheeler, some space now for Everton.
She makes a good decision there, Claire Wheeler. There's plenty of space in midfield. She didn't have any options to pass to. Spotted the space and back to stealth to skip into it. Draws the foul from Niamh Charles.
Yeah, so a yellow card for Niamh Charles in that foul on Claire Wheeler. Push in the back.
You can hear the applause from the crowd here at Goodison. They want to see their team do a little bit more of that, try and intercept it and nick it a bit higher up the pitch.
Kerr. Cuthbert. And you can hear Basil in the background. The lifelong Chelsea fan getting behind his Blues side. Made the trip up to Goodison Park this afternoon. Thompson. And Cuthbert. So 2 added minutes in the first half, but Wheeler's come away from Gargo. Up to Wheeler. The whistle hasn't blown. Now it does.
Well, thankfully for her, it does. I was thinking, just play to the whistle, get on the end of it. It's a shame, again, because the runs are there. They are backing themselves, Everton, to try it and run beyond. But the passes are coming too late.
His end-to-end had their moments, but here is James. Berman. Charles, unmarked, cut back in, Nuskin! Anywhere else, that was directed at you, Phil, maybe could have been two, but again, straight to Brosnan.
Yeah, asking for trouble again. Way too much space here for Niamh Charles on this occasion. Hannah Blundell is choosing to get in really, really tight to the centre halves, which is forcing Tony Payne to have to come back and deal with whoever is playing out wide.
Not sure what that was from Claire Wheeler. Straight back to a Chelsea shirt. And 30 seconds to go in this first half. Bronze. Nuskin controls. And there is the half-time whistle. So at the break, it is all level. And James gets us back underway with Walsh. Gargo. Vignola. No substitutes for either side at the break. Not many Everton can make, to be honest with you.
No, but actually already there's a little tweak in just the start position of Hannah Blundell and Tony Payne, holding their width for much longer already, which I think is working in Everton's favour. They can make the pitch much bigger when they've got the ball. Causes more of a headache for Chelsea than when they're bunched together like they were in the first half.
And it's immediately paying off with Payne on the attack for Everton. Swung in! Oh, how did that not go in? At the far post, Maz Pacheco looked like an open goal.
Oh, she can't believe it. It's probably harder to miss from this position, but she's coming in at such speed. And I think this cross from Tony Payne takes everybody by surprise, nobody more so than Hannah Hampton. And I think it just comes off her quads. I think Maz Pacheco, the full-back, she's known for her assists, not so much for her finishing, but could she have gone with her head, Emily?
That would have been her first goal for the club. Maz Pacheco. You feel maybe any other part of her body that would have bundled in.
Yeah, but great start from Everton. And again, I think just proof that they're seeing this as a real chance to just go for it, test themselves. What can they do up the other end? Can they score another goal? Can they get some points here today to really set them up for a grandstand finish, but also next season?
Now here comes Kerr! Kerr! Brosnan's outside her box! The offside flag stays down, and Chelsea lead again. Sam Kerr.
Wow, I mean, what a difference in the finishing ability up the other end from Everton, unfortunately. And that iconic poacher there, she only needs a sniff, Sam Kerr. And it will be a shame if she leaves the BWSL, because she is just a wonderful striker to watch. It's an art and it's a craft, the way that she manages to find these positions. But look at that again, Lauren James drifting infield, picking at a pass without even really looking. I think it's been said, it's like watching a video game. She's got the whole toolkit as Lauren James, and Sam Kerr, I don't even think, looks at this. It's a left-footed finish this time. They're staring in desperation at the lineswoman to put a flag up, but it doesn't come.
And it counts. So Chelsea ahead again, and Kerr is now level with Fran Kirby in Chelsea's all-time top goal scorers. But here come Everton again, from one end of the pitch to the other. What a game we have here. James. Charles. Berman. Nuskin. Spoons it wide to find Charles again. Charles direct into the box. Kerr off the line. And booted away by Blundell.
Oh, she does everything right again, Sam Kerr. Heading it back towards the direction that it came from. They're having some problems, I think, defensively, Everton. Down this right-hand side, Tony Payne is being asked to do an awful lot of defensive work. I'm not sure if Hannah Blundell is being told to stay really, really narrow, but there's heaps of space when they choose to attack down there for Chelsea. Uh-oh.
And Kerr again, but this time the offside flag goes up. She really wants a hat-trick today.
Yeah, she really does want a record-breaking day. She looks like she's enjoying her afternoon anyway, even if that one did sail over the bar. Nuskin at the heart of things. But look at the space for Niamh Charles. This is the headed opportunity. She hangs in the air. It's a brilliant clearance off the line from Fernandez because Brosnan had headed across to a near post.
The start that Bompastor would have wanted from her side in the second half, already back in the lead. Thanks to Sam Kerr again.
And it just takes the pressure off again. A little bit of relief because they know that probably opportunities for Everton are going to be few and far between, and it was a real moment of magic from Mimiki. So the likelihood of them coughing up that opportunity and her executing something like that again is slim, but it can be done.
Bronze. Carpenter squirms past Vignola. Thompson. And a shove from Pacheco.
I thought that was much better defensively from an Everton perspective, just a little bit tighter. Not letting Chelsea run free. They even tracked the 1-2 run from Ellie Carpenter really well, but referee tried to play advantage.
James, it's a cross, headed up and over, Kerr! Oh, it's rolled in!
Oh, there's really, really heavy appeals on this occasion from Kerr and Bronze and everybody in white shirts of Chelsea. And I think Bronze thought she was offside, which is why she didn't touch it, but seemed delighted when it had crossed the line anyway in her eyes. Interested to see it again.
Well, that looked very, very, very close. And Sam Kerr is insistent that she has scored a hat-trick.
This is the thing, we don't have that type of technology at the minute in the BWSL. We don't have VAR, we don't have goal line technology.
Well, it might not matter because they come again. Sam Kerr to punish. Blocked by Fernandez. Well, she's going to see red now, Sam Kerr. She's going to really go for it.
Yeah, which is bad news if you're an Everton defender, but Fernandez so far standing strong. She's made 2 or 3 vital interventions.
Thompson, square to Carpenter. Carpenter makes it 3. They have a third, Chelsea. 2 goals in quick succession.
And if you're ever in doubt about the winning mentality of this Chelsea team, I still think Lucy Bronze is appealing to the referee about the goal that she thought Sam Kerr had scored. But how delighted does Ellie Carpenter look with that one? She just carries on a run. We didn't see enough of this probably in the first half from the fullback we associate with these attacking moves. Little bit fortunate with the way that it creeps up, little deflection off the Everton player, but it'll still go down as a Carpenter goal because it is on target. But they're queuing up, really. So much space for Thompson to pick out the cutback. Big smiles for Chelsea. Champions League is still very much on the table.
They make it look so easy when they want to, Chelsea. Threading their way through teams. Kurt still waiting for her hat-trick, though. And still insistent that that moment a few moments ago was a goal.
She looks like she's feeling the intensity of this one a bit. They have been away, I think, playing in Kenya, have the Australian national team, but doesn't seem to have affected Kerr or Carpenter.
James, again, so easy out to Carpenter. Forward to find Thompson, who's unmarked on the right-hand side, back in to the box. Bronze. Walsh. Thompson. James.
It's just the speed in which they're moving the ball. They've certainly spoken about it at half-time. The movement off the ball as well. Big hugs between Lauren James and Kelly Gargo.
And all smiles.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know about the movement of Chelsea, is that Everton's centre-forward is back in the left-back position.
Brosnan with the most touches as well in this Everton side today. In goal. Walsh. Thompson can pick up the loose ball. And now options, goes to her left with James. Lauren James cuts in, strike is blocked by Wheeler. Everton have to come out, Blundell. Payne. Golly. Gargo. Dispossessed. Here is Nuskin. James. Couple of step overs and over the byline. Goal kick. Well, this was the goal that wasn't given.
Oh, you can understand why every single player on the Chelsea team have got their arms outstretched, because it's so clearly over the line. Don't get me wrong, it's difficult for the referee to see it, but can the lineswoman on that side be looking at it as well?
That is disappointing.
Well, they'll just be happy at the minute that they've got their 2-goal cushion. What you don't want to see is a goal like that be decisive in the eventual result.
But of course, goal difference does matter as well. At the top of the table, you know, if City do happen to lose their next 2 games, it could come down to goal difference, and that would be a shame. Stenovic. Golly. Wheeler. Look a little bit timid now, Everton, and it's plucked out by Cuthbert. Walsh. Walsh into the box, chested away. Now Payne. Charles. It's the back of Payne. He wasn't expecting that.
No, she tried to make a little run from out to in, Tony Payne, but it was a really awkward height, the forced ball forward. I'd love to see them get it down and play and try and switch the play, Everton. I haven't seen them make Chelsea work hard enough across the pitch when they've been without the ball.
London City have 3 at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium against bottom of the table Leicester, and they're really in some trouble now. The whole club really is in a little bit of a mess, Leicester City.
Yeah, and the one lifeline for the women's team is that it is a playoff. It's not a direct relegation, but certainly if you're a team in the BWSL 2, you'd be looking at their recent form and thinking maybe, just maybe, if you were to meet them, you could nick something on the day.
So Chelsea the first to make some substitutions, and it's Niamh Charles who makes her way off for Kadisha Buchanan. Another player coming back from injury, has featured in a fair few games though since. And the other substitution, Alyssa Thompson, who's been a bright spark down that right wing. And it's Johanna Rytting-Kaneryd who takes her place.
Yeah, like for like on that change. Rytting-Kaneryd probably on the right-hand side where Thompson was playing, and I think Viola Berman will just slide across to left-back. Kadisha Buchanan will be alongside Bronze at centre-half.
Hampton. And Rytting-Kaneryd's first touches of the game, offlaid nicely to Carpenter. A lot of room to move at the byline, cuts back. Kerr can't get there. Walsh hits the back of Claire Wheeler. Still alive here though for Chelsea, and James over the bar. Another big opportunity for them though to put another one on the board.
Yeah, queuing up, aren't they? And how many times we said this about Chelsea, that they're always up there, there's always bodies in there. They always tend to get a shot off. As Wheeler gets... And it's not an easy chance, but our standards for her are so high because her quality is so high. She'll be annoyed that she didn't at least get it on target, Lauren James.
Berman.
It didn't look like there was an awful lot of contact between Mimiki. He's not known for being a physical player, not an awful lot of contact with her and Berman, but Berman equally not a player who you associate with staying down very easily.
Walks it off by the looks of it. A slight limp, maybe. Cuthbert delivers at the far post. Bronze heads it back in, and Gargo forced to control calmly and clear up.
You could see plenty of chat, couldn't you, before it was taken. Erin Cuthbert straight off the training ground towards Lucy Bronze at that back post.
That ball had gone out.
He's done well to spot that the ball had crossed the line there.
Yeah. Because certain that that one did too. Carpenter. I mentioned that this was Everton's first season as Goodison Park as their permanent home, but they've won the fewest points at home in the top flight this season. Only 6 have come here. They've had 7 losses, and it looks to be, if it carries on at this rate, 8, with Chelsea leading.
Yeah, and as special as it is for the players and the fans to be here, it is still new for them. It's a new routine, it's a new type of pitch, it's a new changing room, so still themselves getting used to it, but also the pressure probably of playing at Goodison Park, such an iconic venue. It's going to take time for them to feel properly at home here. So a type of performance like this, even if it does end in a loss, will give them confidence, I think, going forward, that they have competed and they have created opportunities, and they'll go on probably to rue that miss of Maz Pacheco right at the start of the second half. Could have totally changed the game.
Chelsea continuing to dominate though. 20 shots, 9 of them on target. The only shot on target for Everton was the goal from Yuka Mamiki in the first half. Cuthbert latches onto that forward almost to Ritin Canarid. Bronze still got it, still got the pace.
Absolutely, that's never in doubt, the physicality.
Nuskin. Walsh. And Lauren James. Ritin Canarid. Walsh, nice 1-2 with Carpenter, cuts it back. Canarid off target. Still in though for Chelsea. Berman gets her foot all wrong.
Yeah, it's met with sarcastic and probably somewhat relieved cheers from the Goodison crowd, but it's really nice play between Walsh and Carpenter. Kern knows exactly where you want it laid off to you to take a first-time shot. Fortunately for Berman on the other side, gets it all wrong.
So a first substitution for Everton, and it's the goal scorer in the reverse fixture that cuts Sonia Bonpastor's record unbeaten run to an end. Hayashi is on for Gali.
I think that's a good move for Everton, because also she's very technical and will happily offer and offer and offer to get on the ball, which is what I think Everton need. Often look like they're waiting for other people to offer for it. Brosnan often left without any options, but she's more than happy to get on it, Hayashi, and we know she can score as well.
Don't forget that the WSL Football launched their brand new app, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat to download the app for free. Fans can Search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. You can keep up to date with everything in the league, especially in the business end of the table, where Manchester City's gap at the top has been slashed to 6 for now, and the race for Champions League qualification continues. Arsenal still with 2 games in hand though. And now Gargo and Payne, can they make this count? Everton, slight hesitation. And there is no blue shirt there at all.
And it just, Chelsea, you talk about teams wanting it more, and I kind of hate it when we focus on that, because you think these are professional footballers, don't they want to win? But Chelsea wanted to get back more than Everton wanted to get forward.
And James across the face of goal. Left for Cuthbert, on by Canner and Kerr. Cuthbert! It's 4. And surely that's done it. Surely that is game over now. And again, tells you everything you need to know about the mindset of the Chelsea group. They very nearly conceded a big chance up the other end. Integral to it again. People will be sick of me saying her name, Lauren James, but everything good about Chelsea today has started with her, and it's ricocheting around everywhere, bobbling against everybody. Fernandez gets another big block in, but Captain Cuthbert thinks, fine, I'll do it myself. She tries to get the little flick on, and she just puts her foot through it. Been at the club so long, it'll sting her to not be in the title race, but gets another one on her CV for Chelsea Football Club. Just her 3rd goal of the season, but she's featured in every league game.
Substitution for Chelsea coming off in the 30.
And another substitution for them, and it's the Kira Walsh comes off, and Lexi Potter, who scored her first WSL goal a few games ago, who replaces her. And also Sandy Baltimore is on. A dangerous player on that wing. And it's Lauren James, the other player, that has made her way off. She's done her job today, created a large handful of these chances for Chelsea. Nuskin, they're looking for more. Baltimore in this fixture last year, Chelsea put 5 past Everton. Looking to do one better today. Berman in. Potter. Buchanan. Mamiki.
Yeah, it's just not come off for them, has it? Haven't been able to connect on those real key passes that could possibly set them up to hurt Chelsea. But it looks like they're just in professional mode now, Chelsea. No huge celebrations from Cuthbert and co. When the 4th went in. They know the contest here is done, but as you say, Emily, it's about goal difference now.
Pacheco. Hayashi. Just over 15 minutes left to play.
Good defensive cover from Bronze, but it's the first time we've seen Everton really shift it, switch it from left to right and right to left, and he's creating gaps. Credit to Pacheco, still trying to push on. Cause Lucy Bronze some problems.
Stenovic. Gargo able to regain that. Nice to Hayashi, and now Mamiki! Hampton in the way.
If anything, I think she caught it too sweetly. She was trying to bend her foot around it to try and find that far corner. It's found really well by Hayashi, but good positioning from Hampton.
Game slowing down, because really Chelsea know that their job is pretty much done. And Kedja Snoyce will shortly make her way onto the field. Cuthbert the stronger, Nuskin to the path of Blundelbo, and now Everton have to move. They are running out of time. Potter. Carpenter. Chloe Sari as well, a Chelsea sub ready to come on.
And Chloe Sarwi, along with Lexi Potter, actually will be high on confidence off their international break, having lifted European competition trophy, under-23s competition with the Young Lionesses, and both of them had excellent tournaments. Captained, actually, incidentally, by Ruby Mace, who is missing for Everton today due to suspension, and she has been a big miss.
So it's Vignola who makes her way off for Kedja Snoyce, who is recovering from injury. Only played 4 minutes last time out. She'll get a couple more. She makes her way on. And it's Berman that Chloe Sawi will replace the Chelsea Academy product.
Yeah, like-for-like change again for Chelsea. Chloe Sawi, the left-back, just 17 years of age.
High fives all round for Berman. She's had a good game.
She very rarely has a bad game, Berman, which is incredible for such a young player. Often that consistency is something that comes with age and experience, but not in her case. It's not a bad bench, that, is it?
They're still going for more, Chelsea. Still 12 minutes to go. Buchanan. Sawi. Oh, she's got to be careful playing out the back. Stanovic.
Yeah, she did really well, actually, because she was under all types of pressure from Ritten Kaneryd one side and Kerr the other.
Straight to Carpenter. Cuthbert. Schnois and Payne. Wheeler. Schnois.
That's a lovely turn from Lexi Potter to get away from Pacheco.
Kerr, nice 1-2 on that far side with Sandy Baltimore. At the byline, it's still alive, Kerr. I thought that had rolled out, but somehow it had stayed in play.
Yeah, rare handling error from Brosnan.
Scott Phelan, the interim manager for Everton, watching on. Doesn't look very happy.
No, and you can understand why, because he's had a great start to his career as interim head coach. His team have looked much more structurally sound, have created more opportunities, have picked up some really good results, but been undone, especially in the second half.
Carpenter almost in for Ritten Kaneryd there, and now can Everton make something of this? Mamiki on the counter, up to Gargo, too far.
Yeah, it's those little bits that I think Everton have shown real potential in, actually. Really nice little jink in central midfield from Wheeler to get away from Cuthbert, but then just the execution of the pass like that. It's like they're not sure if they want to find people's feet, if they're going to run in behind, or if they're going to run into a channel. Just not quite on the same wavelength, Everton.
Mamiki. Gargo. Nice ball out to find Pacheco. Tony Payne make to her left. Chooses to go forward, though.
Yeah, I think totally unaware, Maz Pacheco, that she did have a really good option on her left-hand shoulder through Payne. It was clear Lucy Bronze was going to go with Gargo all the way.
Schnois. First bit of play that we've seen really from Everton, and Payne is offside, and sure you're on. Been caught out a few times from the offside flag, Everton, this afternoon. Payne. Hayashi. Out wide to Pacheco. Schnois. Nice play now. Pacheco into the box. Bronze. Catch it, Schnois. Bronze in the way, and All smiles from Hampton.
Yeah, smiling again because it was a very, very central shot from Snoyce. Nobody chooses to close it down. Buchanan and Bronze just hoping they get some sort of block on it. So inviting for Snoyce. They have had opportunities, if you think about it. The Pacheco chance start of the second half. The Mamiki one as well that went into the hands of Hampton, and that one from Snoyce. I understand why Phelan will feel frustrated.
And another substitute to come. And it's Layla Harbert, the loanee from Arsenal, who stands on, yet to make her debut.
Substitution for Everton coming off, number 29, Yuka Momiki.
So the goal scorer, Yuka Mamiki, jogs her way off, and a debut in an Everton shirt for Layla Harbert, the Arsenal loanee.
Yeah, great moment for her, just 19 years of age. Placing the goal scorer, Mamiki, and I think Hannah Blundell was tempted to take a quick throw, and probably Harbert was thinking, please slow down, I want to get on.
So 5 minutes to go of normal time. Nia Jones, who is your Barclays player of the match?
Well, I think it has to come from the Chelsea team, and there've been a few standout performances. Lauren James has been brilliant, Erin Cuthbert's been good, but Sam Kerr today is the Barclays WSL player of the match. 2 goals, and actually, looking back, she probably should have had a hat-trick as well, and it would have been a perfect hat-trick because she got one with her right foot, one with her left foot, and should have had one with her head as well.
And if she had scored a hat-trick, if that goal had gone in, she would be the Chelsea all-time top goal scorer in the BWSL, overtaking Fran Kirby of 63. But she is level as it stands, but there is still 2 games to go.
Yeah, and still 5 or so minutes to go in this one. Bonpastor opting to keep her on the pitch, maybe hoping she does get the match ball at the end of this one.
Cuthbert. Here is Cannerid. Kerr is lurking in the box. Cannerid, a loop ball up, and a header on by Kerr. Brosnan, body in the way.
And she has done that side of the game really well today as well. Whenever there's been any type of cross coming in, whether it's a deep searching one or a cutback, her movement in there has been so intelligent. She's also held it up really well.
Well, it's the same score. Down in Bromley, London City are 4-1 up against Leicester City, who are still 5 points from safety at the bottom of the table. No relegation as such. There will be a playoff with the third-placed BWSL 2 team to come. The run of Kerr, who's been dragged down. And a yellow card for Stenovic in the process.
Yeah, I think Kerr just judges this throw-in and the bounce really well. No, she doesn't even have to get a touch on it. It's going to bounce over the head of the centre-back. Got no option, really, Stenovic, than to try and bring her down. Here it is, just uses her body really well. She's grabbed by the arm.
So Baltimore stands over this, looks to be a cross. 2 arms in the air. Baltimore at the far post, and a header up and over. And they win a corner. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, she has had a busy afternoon, hasn't she, Martina Fernandez? Still just 21 years old, but probably would have been a few more Chelsea goals were it not for her performance today.
Scored her first 2 goals at Goodison Park a few games ago against Aston Villa. First goals for the club. Oh,
Erin
and
Cuthbert's got the X factor.
Yeah, a Hammers corner. That means it's up near post. It's punched by Brosnan, Potter back in, Buchanan flicked on by Nuskin and booted up again.
Yeah, I think the crossed arms is signal for pile on top of the goalkeeper, but Brosnan did really well. A shot from Hannah Hampton.
Oh, London City have scored again. 5-1 to them. Fantastic day for London City, who will be staying in the BWSL in their debut season. Wheeler. Stenovic. Canarids. Stops, make sure people are in the right place at the byline. It's too weak and easy for Hayashi. Carpenter. Canarid again. Stenovic does well to battle her way off the ball here. Schnois. Gargo. Harbour.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes additional time.
4 minutes of added. 4 minutes for Sam Kerr to find an official hat-trick. As Everton come again though, Gargo slid in. Good tackle by Sari.
Oh, what a challenge this is from Chloe Sawi. Goal-saving challenge, and still feeling the effects, Gargo, because it was a hefty one, plenty of meat behind it, but clearly won the ball, the teenager. Maybe just a case of cramp. Spent so long without the ball today of the Everton players chasing shadows. Nicks it really well, Schnois feeds it into the path, and what a recovery challenge from Sawi.
Does really well. 17 years old, Chloe Sawi. Gets in the way of Gargo. Wheeler. Harbour. Harbour again. Pacheco.
Yeah, I can see what she's trying to do. That's Pacheco, who has tried when she's been given the opportunity to push forward and support the attack. She's trying to chip it into the path of Gargo to go on and attack, but nothing come off, and frustration in the body language of Pacheco and co.
Not gonna happen for them today. Cuthbert, Potter. Hayashi. Gargo. Buchanan wins it back. Kerr. Payne. Cuts it back. Harbert on her debut. Can't make it count. Wheeler through the flanks. Wheeler at the byline. Overrun and a goal kick.
Another good intervention from Chloe Sarwi. What a future she has. But as you say, that would have been a huge positive had Harbert just been able to pull the trigger a little bit sooner. It's good play from Payne to get the ball across.
Full time and job done for Chelsea. Exactly what they needed.